Hey, what is up everyone? It's Rich. Alright, welcome to a video. Today I thought we would look at Intron Depot #1. This is a classic. A classic of classics. For old schoolers, ye old schoolers, you're gonna know about this book, just like the Capcom books. This was like mandatory issue comic book artist. So anyway, hopefully everyone is doing well. It's been raining at my house for 2 weeks. It's the end of the world outside, apparently. Hold my beer. I'm making YouTube videos. Right, let's do it. So, yeah, this is Shirow Masamune. I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure. I'm sure people that have really excellent pronunciation are cringing right now. Oh, man, this is one of those books. It's tight. I can already tell. Hold on, let me pause this for a sec. Okay, I'm back. Wow, the binding on this book is like ridiculously tight. This is going to be really challenging. I'm basically going to have to pause after each page, I think, because this is like, whew. Look at the bullet casings there. That is so awesome. The position that he has them in is amazing. And, I have this outfit. I think Sean Connery, right? Like, he wore this in that one movie. People always trot that out. He had a cool ponytail, too, I believe. Yeah, this stuff is so fun. This is going to be a really, really cool thing. So this is actually a fold-out poster. You'll see in a second. But, yeah, this was really fun stuff. This was all stuff that I discovered at Wildstorm for sure. I didn't know about this stuff. I think I'm going to guess Alan M. Probably turned me on to it. Alan was a penciler. He would sign his name Pill, P-I-L, like in kind of graffiti font. And he was an early Wildstorm artist that did, God, what did he do? Black Ops? Something like that. He was good, but yeah, I don't know whatever happened to him. I Googled him actually just recently just to kind of see, and, sorry, let me, see, I broke my own rule. This is like a fold-out poster. The guns are great. Man, this is actually really, really cool work. Look at the position of the handle. But yeah, and that is awesome too. Wow. God, I forgot how good this was. I knew it was going to be good, but you know what I mean? Like, I literally have not looked at this book in probably 15 years, maybe longer. Isn't that crazy? Oh, God, could it be 20 years? I don't know. Hold on, let me pause this for a sec. Sorry. So, yeah, this is a cool little list of his credits. So, you've got Appleseed, Black Magic, Ghost in the Shell, Dominion, Orion, Monochrome, and Okuzuke. But oh man, this is gonna be fun. This is actually just what the doctor ordered for Mr. Rich, I think. I watched last night on Netflix Altered Carbon Reskinned or re something. It was like computer animation. It was all right. It wasn't great, but it looked pretty good. It's super super derivative. God, they have like every freaking generic um sort of popular trope or character design that you've ever seen in anything. It's pretty funny when you watch it. It's like, oh, they used that guy from this movie and this shot from this, but it's definitely worth watching. I mean, if you're really gonna watch something, is check out the, what is it, Love, Death, Robots. That has got some just killer animation. In fact, I'm gonna watch that today. That'll be good. So I've never gone through the whole thing. I watched like the first five, and apparently, from what I've heard, is it. I don't think that it plays in order for everyone. I could be wrong on that, but I'm under the impression that sometimes the order is unique to your like IP address or something like that. I could be wrong on that, but I thought I had heard that. So your number one might not have been my number one, but the names and stuff are all the same. Dude, there's this one these Russian guys in like the snow. I couldn't believe how good it was. This is great. Look at that. Oh my god. So cool. Dude, his guns are so sick. It was funny because Farben made a comment about in the Art Adams video about like like art is really good with perspective, and he'll draw environments and stuff like that, and it's like he's not using Google SketchUp or anything like that on it, and it just made me laugh because it's like people will cobble together stuff and spend 6 or 7 hours basically getting something that they're gonna just cheat over, and it's like you could have just spent that time if you knew how to draw perspective and just draw it, but you do you. It's like I spent 13 hours putting together SketchUp models that other people created so I could trace them and then have buildings in my background. Or this. Just draw the shit. This is could be 3-point perspective. It looks like 2. There's a little bit of a sort of maybe a slight third vanishing point up above, but it's very, very slight as far as I can tell. No, I think there is. It's super high above. I mean, if you actually had to find the vanishing point above, it would be like freaking a mile away. But dude, look at that. Fucking awesome. Her boot. It's crazy too. Like, this shit looks all hand colored. That's insane. Oh man, this is going to be hard to get through in 30 minutes. Make sure you destroy the like button on this. We need the likes up. Hopefully the views, but I can't complain to someone right now because you're already viewing. It's like, how do you appeal to the non-viewers if they're not viewing? That's impossible. You can make your content better, but I refuse to do that. I'm going to be me. That's cool. I have quite a few of his books. This is great, man. The coloring on this is awesome. I love that little sort of spackle of color right across the middle there. It's nice. Yeah, it's been nice. I've been working digitally at home on Iron Maiden. So I've been inking, and I've been using Manga Studio 5EX. So I have Clip Studio. I always clarify on that because there was an incident with Manga Studio 5EX that was an eye-opener. It's nothing terrible, but custom brushes won't load very easily, and some won't load at all into Manga Studio 5EX, but they go right into Clip Studio. So you want to just be aware of that, because it's like the sort of rhetoric on the street is that they're exactly the same, but clearly they're not. There's something. I mean, I tried to import the brushes like 3 different ways, and none of them would work, and the friend and brushes dropped right into Clip Studio. So I had been giving a review to someone, and they sent me the brushes they were using so that I could give the examples with the exact tools that they were using, and they would not load. Spent probably 90 minutes trying to get them in Manga Studio 5 wouldn't work. I have 3 versions of Manga Studio on my computer. I have Manga Studio 4, 5, EX, and then Clip Studio. They're all very, very good. I just don't use them that much, They're more like a video game for me that I just play with. But it's an effective layout tool. I mean, I do believe that. This is great. God damn, this guy is so good. So, this is one of those things. I don't know with someone like Shirow if he uses assistants for these backgrounds and stuff like that. It's very, very possible that he does, and then it's possible that he doesn't. But I don't know, and I couldn't even speculate one way or the other. But a lot of manga artists do use assistants, so, take that for what it's worth. They set a very, very high bar with the level of detail and stuff that they put on these pieces. Oh, these are so great. I wasn't as much of a fan when he started doing a lot of the more digital stuff. It might have been Intron Depot 2 or another book, but it was a little too early digital stage. It was just some of it's very, very cool, but some of it's a little too. I think the lo-fi looks good. That's actually really funny. A pretty nice collection of this type of stuff. It was definitely a passion of mine for a few years. I just got really into it, and I was obsessed with going to the different bookstores up there, and it's called Mira Mesa. It's a section of San Diego, but it's all these great, like, some of them even were like libraries where you could actually like rent the books, but it was a little far away from where I live to do that, so I would just buy them. But at least at the rental place, you could flip through them and see what was in the books. So I was on it. There was a market that had a bookstore in the front of it. And oh my God, the Wildstorm guys, we would go up there. It was like myself, Carl Stianda, Ollie Garza, Lee Bermejo, JJ Kirby. We would all like scoop that stuff up. It was so cool. Such a fun time. Lee's doing great work, man. If you're not following Lee Bermejo on Instagram, get your ass on his page. Dude draws Batman like no other. It's so nuts. His Joker too is just ridiculous. Pretty much everything he draws is ridiculously good. So check this out. This is just possible. I'm not saying that it happened, but in my Frank Miller video, I mentioned how much I love Mike Mignola, and I think that Mike Mignola, Frank Miller, and Travis are probably my 3 all-time favorite comicers. And I had said that as much as I love Hellboy, it's really all I've seen him draw for like 25 years, except for, some variant covers here and there. But overall, his body of work, the whole time that I've ever collected, has been that stuff. And he posted some different stuff on, I don't even know, Twitter. A friend of mine sent it to me just randomly. He didn't know. I don't think he watches my YouTube channel. But I was like, wow, I wonder if Mike watched the Frank Miller video and saw that and went like, all right, I'm going to draw some Marvel characters. So it was just kind of funny. It was probably a coincidence. I highly, highly doubt Mignola watches my YouTube channel. But it was kind of like, I pushed the air in the ether, and somehow the message got to him. Through spiritual channels. He was like at home, he's like, I should draw something different. His nose is itching. That's cool. I've never drawn anything really in this style, but it looks really fun. I wouldn't do it exactly like this, but just I don't even know what you call it, 2-head high character, 3-head high. I am a huge fan of Peanuts, like Charles Schultz. I don't look at it that much though, but as a kid, I was way into Snoopy and all that stuff, and also Dr. Seuss. I love that stuff. And Shel Silverstein, if you've ever seen his books. That guy's a badass. And then if you haven't checked out Edward Gorey's stuff, he's really, really good too. I didn't know about him until I was in my 20s. I think I maybe had seen pieces of his, but... Man, look at that. How good that is. God damn, that's so awesome. He's really good at drawing the legs too. This looks pretty nice. Some people don't plant the feet, right? And it can look weird, but he's got that down pretty well. This is a great piece. The apple. So this is Black Magic. Wow. It's really fun to see early stuff from these types of artists. I think that's so interesting. I would definitely check out Black Magic. Or is it... Black Magic was a first and last volume published during my fanzine years. Yeah, stuff like that is really, really fun. I think it's probably cringy as it is for the artists, for themselves sometimes to look back on that stuff. I think it's really neat for fans to see where your stuff originated from. It was in the Joao Ruas video I did, seeing some of that early work. I think it was in the video that I showed. It might have been in the half that didn't make it up yet. His early work was heavily manga influenced. You could definitely see it. It was kind of neat to see how he evolved out of that. You could see little glimpses of what he was trying to, the look he was going for. It was pretty interesting. That's nice. So I wonder if Black Flag is influenced by that. Yeah, this is totally early stuff. It's fun. I actually it was interesting is I had been watching a lot of people going through manga collections online the last few weeks. It's been neat. It's interesting. They don't show much of the art inside. You have to get to the book reviews for that, but it's insane how aggressive those collectors are. They get long runs of these books from Viz and Dark Horse and all these different companies that republish this stuff, but some of them will collect the originals too. There's some great shit out there, man. For a little while, Wildstorm had a manga line. I can't even think what it was called. But yeah, we were reprinting all this manga. I got a lot of manga books from that too, honestly. When they were done translating, man, that is great. You know, when they were done translating them, they would get rid of them, and I'd just be like, "Oh, can I have it?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, take it. We don't want it." Thank you. This is cool. So we're at 50 minutes. We're doing all right. That's funny. Oh yeah, that's cool. I like that drawing. He's cool. He looks like Jack Black in grunge. Look at him. He's handsome. Scout. Whoa, man, that's nuts. What? Is it like a projection screen on top of it? I guess you could be sitting inside of it. Oh, this is kind of Moebius-ish, right? Yeah, it's a little like geometric shapes and stuff like that. That's cool. It's funny how iconic Moebius' stuff is. Like he really like he owned a nice chunk of sort of fantastical art. This looks really, really time consuming, but it's a beautiful piece. And that's a weird thing is okay. So like in American comics, obviously, like people are kind of aware if you're enough into it that you can buy original art, but I don't know if these manga artists sell this stuff. I'm sure a little bit of it is out there, but I always wonder like where are all these traditional pieces? Do they just sit on thousands and thousands of drawings? Because these dudes are super prolific, dudes and dudettes. But I mean, this is traditional art. This is traditional art. Where are these pieces? Who are these people? There's a lot of kick-ass art floating around. Shit would be expensive too. Oh my god. The more iconic ones. Oh my gosh. And Kevin, if you watch this, you ask me like what's the perks of original art? I mean, even at the bare minimum, I mean, it's like if you work digital, you have no original art. If even if you can sell your pages for 20 a piece, if you do a few hundred pages a year, it's a few $1,000s worth of art you have to sell. If your work sells for 100 a page, then every month you're making an extra 2 grand. It's pretty simple math. But yeah, if you work digitally all the time, you can sell posters of your stuff and prints. But it's definitely, you know, most people have tons of that stuff. You can go to any comic book convention and buy prints all day. Original art's one of a kind, and it's generally more expensive. A good cover artist can sell their covers from anywhere from three to probably $15,000. Just depends on how popular you are and more. But I'll say 3 to 10 grand is B-A level artists. A good penciler can get 1,000 for a cover. It's a lot of money. You do 12 covers a year, you just made 12 grand. If you sell for 5, then you would make 60 grand if you did 12 a year just on those covers and selling them. I wouldn't recommend selling all your original art. I always say that, like, keep the best stuff back and let a little bit of it out there. You want to sort of seed the field. But yeah, the best stuff I always recommend holding on to. Your bank account will thank me later. This is so cool. So influential. Look at that. It's Blade Runner. That's crazy. Look at the detail in there. You can see a little bit of that digital stuff that I was talking about kind of creeping in here. But what happened is in Intron Depot, it's like all stuff like this, and it gets a little too much. I like the little spot pieces of it in Intron Depot 1 a bit more. But that's all subjective. That's just my taste. I'll go through Intron Depot 2 at some point. You guys can tell me. Some great pieces in it for sure. Oh man, that's awesome. I can't show this other page, but I'll show. It's a little too hardcore. Like it doesn't offend me, but it's like pretty much X-rated. Someone was asking because they've been requesting some artists that do like some pretty like hardcore stuff. I'm not opposed to it personally, but it's just like I can't go. I'm not going to take it to like rated X level. But if they've got enough rated R stuff, I'm fine with that. It's a human body. It's not a big deal, but yeah, I mean, I can't. I'm not going to do that. Just if I ever did, I would just create another YouTube channel for it. We'll call it Rich Friend Nights. Let's do the dirty stuff there. I won't monetize it. Right? You guys would all sign up for Rich Friend Nights. Come on. I'd wear a smoking jacket and do intros like in like a red velvet chair with like a pipe. I'd have like some sort of fancy like cocktail or something. And then I would intro it, and then would fade from like a velvet painting into the video. Man, that is crazy. So, and we're doing pretty good. 21 minutes. We actually got through this book faster and smoother than I would have thought. Man, it's such a great drawing. The different textures that he gets in here is really great. So it's very organic looking, but yet tight enough that it still feels pretty, like he uses perspective well, and he's got great form. So it still feels, technical and mechanical. And look at this. And honestly, this is what I would say, because I know you guys see a lot of books on my channel. Owning just one copy of a book like this, in some ways, I think is almost more beneficial than having hundreds. Because if you have this one book, you're really, really going to focus on it. And you're going to really, like, always go back to it and pore over it. And when you start having a glut of things, I think that it sort of, like, just blocks up things. So never feel like you're less than because you don't have a bazillion books. Because, to be honest, I think having like 5 really good books that you love and you go back to again and again is probably more valuable. My 2 cents on it. But, there's a level of focus that you would have with less books, you wouldn't be so. And it's why the internet, I think the internet in some ways could like sort of mind fuck artists. You're just exposed to too much stuff each day. Man, his bullet shells are so badass. And some people would disagree and they'd go, no, dude, variety is the spice of life. Then do it. Do you. Man, that is some chunky ass tread on that tank. Holy shit. Oh my god, that's so awesome. So this is from Dominion. That's so funny. Look at that. Now I want to check all this stuff out. I have a bunch of anime, but it's all on VHS, and I do have a VHS player in here still. I don't know. I used to go to Tower Records, and right next to Tower Records was Tower Video, and they had a huge anime section. I would go down there, I would rent, I think they would let you rent 7 movies at once, or 5, and I would just go down there every week and rent a bunch, and then I would watch them over and over and over again while I worked. And they were all in Japanese generally, and I couldn't understand a word of it, and I half the time wasn't even looking up. It was a little weird. But when I looked up, it was good. Booty. Oh gosh, bad boots. Those 80s boots. Well, that's cool. Oh, it's like a prelim. Damn. It's crazy that he did that much of a prelim. That's pretty amazing. And then, okay, then we get to see the whole process. Wow, that's really cool. You can see that like statted, like weird background stuff coming in, and then this weird texture on like his arm. It's cool, but it started to flatten out the art a little bit, or like it's just weird. It's like the texture has to wrap the form. If it doesn't wrap the form, even if it's a really really cool effect, it can kind of fight the drawing. There's not really much of it on this piece, or I don't think there's any. This looks like the original drawing, as far as I can see. Mm-mm-mm. That's cool. I think it is really cool guns. Guns, pouches, tech. Really cool robot hands, too, actually. Her glove is cool. Oh, man, what is falling out of this? It's like something. Is it a poster? What is this? I have no idea what this is from. It doesn't seem like it's from this book. It kind of does and kind of doesn't. It feels like it maybe came out of something. Man, I don't know. Maybe it did. Cool background. I'll put you over here, Paige. I don't know where you came from. This. It's got like a Nirasawa vibe. If you haven't seen those NeroWorks videos that I put up, man, I'll put links in the description box below. But yeah, you should definitely check those out. And I have some good at Tomo, the Kaba videos. Oh, you know what? This is the pages are coming out. It's funny because the binding is so tight on this freaking book. But yeah, these pages are coming loose. These are cool. It's a little different. The color tone reminds me a little bit of like Juan Jimenez. Some of the Meta Baron stuff. It's got like kind of a rusty, crusty sort of vibe. His face. Ooh. Oh man, look at this dude. He's like made of metal. Oh, I like how he did the anatomy here. This is cool. Like the big chunk. It's like ice cream or something. Oh wow. This is kind of trippy. But yeah, where are all these paintings? Matteo Scalera, man, the guy, like, his process is so cool. His posts on Instagram are some of my favorite. It's just crazy. Like, does that washy effect and then builds it up over the sketch that way. It's really, really cool. He's badass. I'm nearly sure I did a video of his stuff. We should do another one soon. Oh, I think I did a video for Patreon of his storytelling stuff. I think that's what it was. So I don't think it was. His Instagram posts are just interesting because he shows like his commission sketches, which are really, really cool. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up. I got to get to work. Hopefully everyone's having a good day. Take it easy. Don't be stressed. This shit's going to settle down. It's just going to take a while. And try to keep YouTube fun, entertaining, and We'll have a good time. I got your back. Boobs. Oh, she's got pointy toenails. Look at this guy. He's like vanishing into the box. Wow, his sword is cool. Look at this. That might have been the first tribal tattoo right there. Man, that's a cool effect that he got up here. Holy shit. Man, that is nice. Look at that. That's wild. Yeah, this is really nice. Excuse me. Dun 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 dun. That's cool. That was 31. All right. We're going to do 2 more, and then we're going to end it. We almost got to the end of the book, though, so you guys did actually nearly see it all. Some of the pages I sort of skipped through fast. There's definitely some other goodies. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so we'll do 1 more page, and then we're going to wrap it up. Wrap it up. I'll stop on a winner, though. Let me see what I can find. Let me pause this. Okay, and then the back of the book has got some black and white illustrations, which are actually very, very cool. God, and his gear. Look at the perspective on this, like, helicopter. How it torques around. Man, that is nice. And then this is really, really cool, too. We'll end it on this. All right, have a great day. Like I said, everyone take it easy and be well. Stay close to home, and let's ride this shit out. I'll be back later today with another video, so you can look forward to that. All right? Talk to you later. Bye.